Once you gather your blocks or something similar, bring one of the blocks between your heels and sit into hero pose, Virasana. Just let your hands resting somewhere that undistracting for you. Gaze to a steady point that perhaps on the ground. If you feel your chest being a little bit congested, release your shoulders away from the ears. And push the tailbone into the block under your tail, underneath you, and reach the crown of the head up toward the sky. And if you haven't done so, start slowly close your eyelids. And today, begin with letting your breath stay as natural as possible, but also see if you can bring a little bit extra nuance by matching the length of the exhale with the inhale without sacrificing the ease of your breathing. For some people, matching the length exactly might be too much work. See if you can at least bring a little bit closer to each other, which might mean shorten your inhale and lengthen your exhale, or the other way around. And if there's anything else that's standing in the way between you and your practice, see if you can temporarily leave it where it is. It happens all the time to all of us that sometimes we just do not want to continue our practice for all kinds of reasons. And think about what brings you in today. And when I say practice, by no means it means physical practice. If you decide to choose to sit here for the whole course, it is a yoga practice as well, because you are putting aside 75 minutes to take good care of yourself, especially if you tend to be a person who's always moving, who's always pushing. Consistent practice is a symbol of self-discipline. Which brings us closer to that true greatness within us. And if that resonates with you, get your hands in front of your heart. And slowly blink open your eyes. Roll your shoulders as dramatically as you can, rolling up and toward the back. You can also add some arm swings, just like Mandarin often jokes about this, like the old Chinese ladies in the plazas. And if you were in the class last week that we were saying that the shoulders, the body parts that have the most complicated and also delicate joints. We're going to do a lot of shoulder opening today, but we do not want to just jump into some big opening that might bring us some harm. So any movements here that brings a little bit more mobility safely to you, can add it to here. And if you're going towards something deeper like camel pose or bow pose already, see if you can introduce some self-discipline of taking good care of yourself. Gradually introducing poses into your practice today. And then once you're ready, extend the left arm up and bend the left elbow. Grab the left elbow with your right hand, reaching up through the left elbow. Let the side waist to grow. And exhale, side bend to the right. Keep pressing the right sit bone into the block. And once you side bend to the right, see if you can turn the chest slightly toward the sky. One big inhale. And exhale, come back to center. Keep where the left elbow is. And bend your right arm and bring the right arm on your back. You can stay there. You can also walk your right hand. I'll turn around so you can see. Walk the right hand toward the space between your shoulder blades. Your hand may or may not touch. Perfectly fine. It's not the purpose of practice today. Wherever you are, take a big inhale, reaching to the left elbow toward the sky. And turn the chest toward the left side. And exhale, turn the chest toward the right side. It's not a big movement. Respect the limitation of your shoulder space. Inhale, use the lead of the left elbow, turn the chest toward the left side. Exhale, turn the chest toward the right. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, reaching to the left side. Exhale, turn the chest to the right. Keep where the right elbow it is this time and release your left hand. Bring the left hand on top of right thigh. You can also bring the left hand onto the right shoulder and help to push that right shoulder open. And gaze through that right shoulder toward the back of the space. Use the left hand to give the right shoulder a little bit gentle push. Take one more big inhale. Next, exhale, come back to center. Roll the shoulders again. And if you feel like there's tension being built up in the back of the legs, you can come into table pose, extend one leg and another. We make space in the back of those legs again. Once you're ready, come back into Virasana Hero pose. Bring the block with the proper height between the ankles. And this time, extend the right arm up, bend the right elbow, and cup the right elbow with the left hand. Inhale, reaching up, sink the tailbones in, and exhale, side bend to the left side. Press the right sit bone into the ground. Let this right side body grow. Last big inhale. Exhale, come all the way up. Keep the right elbow where it is and extend the left arm out. Flip the left palm and bring that left arm above your sacrum. You can stay there, option. You can also walk the left hand, I'll turn around, towards the back space between the shoulder blades. Your hand may or may not touch. Different side behaves differently. Gomukhasana arms. Wherever you are, no matter your left arm is on above your hips or is Gomukhasana arms. Inhale, leading with your right elbow and turn your chest slightly to the right side. And exhale, feel that slightly falling down and turn the chest to the left side. Inhale, turn your chest back to the right side, leading with that right elbow. And exhale, turn to the left. One more time. And this time, stay to the left side, release your right hand and bring the right hand on top of your left thigh. You can also use that right hand, push into the left shoulder and give a gentle space making there. Gaze through that left shoulder all the way to the back of the space. Notice what your mind is doing in this relatively slower movement. Next, come back to center, roll around the shoulders. Bring the block to the side. Come into table pose, move into some cow and cat. Once you're ready, walk your hands one handprint forward and tuck your toes and push your tailbones up and put down the dog split. And then downward facing dog rather. Turn your bicep toward the front and push the chest toward the thigh bones. Keep that mini bend behind your legs. It's okay that your heels are not touching the ground. And if this is the first down dog of your practice today, you can bend into one leg and another. You can also rock into high plank and rock back. Make our practice as gradual as possible so we do not shock our body, which is going to disrupt our mind. Once you're back in downward facing dog, lift up your left leg. Exhale, draw the left knee to the right elbow. And kick it back up. Exhale, left knee to the right elbow. One more time. Bring the left knee into the center of the chest. Push into the hands. Round your upper back. And step the left foot in between the hands. Find the blocks if you have them. Hands on the blocks. Spread the collarbones, low lunge. Adjust the back of the knee, the back knee, and sink the pelvis into the ground. We build a foundation here first, so be patient. We'll move into other postures soon. Bring a block underneath your right hand, depending on your arm length. You might need to adjust the height of the block. Extend the left arm up, twist to the left side. Release the right shoulder away from the right ear. And use the lead of the left hand to guide your rib cage to rotate up toward the sky. Option to stay here. Option to gently straighten your left leg. Kind of like half split, but the ball of your left foot is still on the ground. You can move the block accordingly if you need to. And then bend into the left leg again. Slow with the pace of your breath. Inhale, pin the left hip back. Exhale, bend into the left leg. You can also snake that left arm into your right hip crease. Inhale, pin the left hip back. Exhale, bend into the left leg. And this time, bring the right elbow on top of your left thigh. If you do not want to create too much squeeze in your core area, stay with your right hand on the ground. Otherwise, option to bring the left hand outside of the left leg. You can also use the the right hand to push that left shoulder open, as when we were sitting. Tuck your back toes, lift up your back knee, and step your right foot lightly to meet with your left. Sit into a chair pose with a twist. Inhale both arms by the ears. And exhale, hand to heart center, by the side. And bend into the legs slightly and rest the elbows on the top of thighs. Stay here if you have abdominal pain or you are expecting new life. Stay here with your Ujjayi breath. And we'll practice Uddiyana Bandha today, which generates heat within us, and we direct into the space that we'd like to. Take a big inhale. Now exhale, let everything out. And hold the breath. Pull the chest forward and pull the navel toward the spine. You might feel a lift of your belly button as well. And exhale, release everything, fold over the legs. We'll do one more time together. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over the legs. And rest the elbows on top of the thighs. Take a big inhale. Exhale, let everything out. Pull the chest forward. Inhale, gradually take the breath in. Exhale, fold over the legs. Rise all the way up. And bend your left elbow, grab the left elbow with the right hand and side bend to the right side. Push into the left foot. And come all the way back up. And same thing as when we were sitting, extend the right arm out. Bring the left arm on above your hips. You can stay here. You can also start walking your right hand to the space between your shoulder blades. Your hand might catch each other, might not. Inhale, leading with the left elbow, turn the chest to the left side. Feeling tall through this inhale. Exhale, turn the chest to the right side. Leading with the right elbow. Inhale. Exhale, turn to the right. One more time, lead with the left elbow. Exhale, release to the right side. Release both arms and get some big arm swings. This time, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, and exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step left and right, knees up or down. Especially if you have just had a second shot, you might want to release your knees down. And bend to elbows and release gradually onto your chest and your belly. Keep your hands by your chest, hugging your elbows in. Inhale, lift the chest up. Push heavy into the top of the feet, Bhujangasana. Exhale, fold over the legs. Let's do one more time. Inhale, lift the chest up. And this time, float your palms away from the ground. Keep hugging the elbows in. Exhale, fold over. One more time. Inhale, lift up with your palms floating. And turn your palms toward the sky and extend your arms toward the back. Shalabhasana, locust pose. And release your chest down. Hands by the chest, push through the table or high plank. We'll meet in downward facing dog. If down dog is not the place to allow you to catch your breath, release your knees down, come into child pose or other rested pose for you. And once you're ready, again, we'll meet in downward facing dog. In down dog, lift up your right leg and draw the right knee into the left elbow. Inhale, kick the right leg long again. Exhale, right knee into the left elbow. One more time. And shift the right knee into the center. Draw the right knee into the chest and push into the palms. Step the foot between hands. Release your left knee down. Find the blocks if you have them. Your hands can rest on the blocks on different height, can be on the ground. Whichever height allows you to focus on making space in your chest. Move your left knee slightly toward the back and sink the pelvis toward the ground. And then close eyes if you feel like you have a stable foundation. You might start feeling a little bit wobbly after you close eyes. You feel like you lost the focus, don't feel secure enough anymore. But trusting that the steady foundation you've created especially if you have been practicing persistently and consistently, When you're ready, slowly blink open the eyes. And adjust the height of the block underneath your left hand and extend the right arm up. Twist into the right side. Depending on arm length, you might need to adjust the block. You might don't even need a block at all. Perfect fine if you decide to stay here. You can also turn your right palm and snake it into your left hip space. And also bring the left elbow on the top of right thigh. And use that left hand to gently push open the right shoulder. You can also extend the left arm out to the right side. The fingertips might be on the block or just hanging there. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee up. And step your left knee lightly forward to meet with the right into a twisting chair pose. Inhale both arms up by the ears. And exhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands through heart center for the side. Bend into both legs, elbows on the top of thighs. Stay here if you are expecting a live or you have abdominal pain. And we'll practice Uddiyana Bandha here again. Take a big inhale all the way to the crown of the head. And exhale, everything out. And hold there. Open the chest forward. Gradually breathe in whenever you're ready and exhale, fold over the legs. We'll come back here again, so this time we're gonna do it once. Rise all the way up. And exhale, hand to heart center, at the side. We'll flow through a couple rounds of Surya Namaskar A. If you have any sun salute practice you'd like to include, please go for it. And instead of traditional sun salute A, we're gonna replace upper facing dog with locust pose today. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step left and right. Knee support down and bend to the elbows and lower all the way down to the belly. Inhale, lift the chest up, extend arms back, lift the top of the feet up, Shalabhasana. Exhale, hands by the chest and push into child pose and tuck the toes. Extend the legs into downward facing dog. Pause here for a moment. Especially if you tend to be a person who skips this kind of pause. See if you can bring some disciplines here. On your next bottom of the exhale, bend into your legs step by step, a hop forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over the legs and right all the way up. And hand to heart center. Inhale, raise a prayer up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Now exhale, step right and left. Knee support down and bend through your elbows and lower all the way down to the belly. And now lift the chest and your arms and your feet up, Shalabhasana. Exhale, hands by the chest and push into child pose. Tuck the toes and straighten both legs into downward facing dog. Let the space between the feet guide you into this still moment. In the bottom of the next exhale, step by step, hop forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over the legs and rise all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. And hand to heart center by the side to Tadasana. Move to 2 more rounds on your own. You can replace the Shalabhasana with any other chest opening that you like to. Now be quiet. You have your own personal space for your practice. Take your time to finish your round. And if you finish 2 rounds already and at the top of the mat, you can take half the salute and step back into your downward facing dog. If you arrive in downward facing dog, lift up your left leg. And we'll do that knee to elbow twist again, left knee to the right elbow, and kick the left leg long. And this time, see if you can intentionally make it a little bit slower, go with exactly the pace of your breath, instead of rushing towards the destination. And bring the left knee into the center and pull the left knee into the chest and push into the hands. 1 more big inhale. And exhale, step the left foot in between the hands. Keep the right knee up this time. Find the blocks you have them. Perhaps starting from the tallest height, and help pull the chest forward. And exhale, straighten your left leg and fold over it. Pyramid pose. Inhale, bend into the left leg. Exhale, leg. 1 more time. Exhale, slowly pin your left hip down and fold over the leg. And this time you can step your right foot slightly in and push your right heel down into a traditional pyramid pose. Bend into the left leg again. Step your right foot away if you were in a traditional pyramid pose. Right hand down, left arm up, twist to the left side. Push the back of the right leg up toward the sky. Option to stay here, option to bring the right elbow on top of the left thigh and use the right hand gently push open the left shoulder. You can also snake that left hand in between your right hip space. Wherever you are, take a big inhale. Exhale, let it go. One more big inhale. And actually use the momentum to support yourself all the way up, twisting the left side in a high lunge. Bring the right elbow up. Extend the right hand behind your skull. Inhale, reaching through the right elbow. And exhale, side bend to the left side. And carry both of your hands down and walk yourself to the right side of the mat. Fold over the legs. You can keep some bend into the legs. And after brief pause in this right leg fold, bend into the right leg and straighten the left leg. And we'll switch sides, Skandasana. Next time when you bend into the right leg, straighten the left and stay here for a moment so we can give the left leg a little bit time to recover. Your hands can stay on the ground, your hands can be floating, you can add any exploration you want here. Whenever you feel ready, bend into the left leg again and come up onto the ball of your right foot. Find the blocks you have them, bring the highest height. Bring the blocks this distance of your shoulder, and hands on the blocks, and lift up using the back strength of the back of your right leg into a supported warrior three. Step your right foot into the imaginary wall behind you. Point your right toes towards the ground so your hips are still even. Inhale, reaching through the crown of the head. Exhale, stomping into the right heel and straighten the left leg. One more big inhale. Exhale, step your right foot forward. And come into a Malasana yoga squats. Option to slide a block underneath your sacrum. You can stay in the Malasana. You can also come into Uddiyana Bandha again. Bend into the legs, elbows on the top of the thighs. Inhale, let everything in. And exhale everything out. Towards the navel, towards the spine, towards the chest. And exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen spine. If you are still in Malasana, step left and right, come into a high plank. And lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, lift the chest up, extend the arms toward the back, and lift the back of the feet up. Clasp the hands with the left pinky out this time and reaching through the clasp of the hands, which is going to create even more height in your chest. Next, I'll release everything down. Push yourself into a child pose. Give yourself long enough in this child pose. No rush. When you decide you're ready, meet me in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift up your right leg long. Exhale, right knee into the left elbow. Inhale, kick the right leg long. Exhale, draw into the right elbow, left elbow. One more time. Bring the right knee into the chest. Push into the hands. Take a big inhale. Next, just right foot in between the hands. Keep the left knee floating this time. Find the block you have them. Bring them to the high side. Grab the collarbones. Exhale, straighten the right leg and fold over the right leg. Inhale, bend into the right leg. Pull the chest forward. Exhale, push your right hip back. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, push your right hip back. Option to stay here, option to step your left foot slightly in and bring your left heel down into a traditional pyramid pose. And step your left foot back, your foot in the traditional pyramid pose. Bend into the right leg again. Keep your left hand on the ground or on the block. Extend the right arm up. Option to snake that right arm into the left hip space. Option to bring the left elbow on the top of the right thigh. You can use that left hand to gently push open the right shoulder. You can also extend the left arm out to the right side. Wherever you are, take a big inhale. And exhale, use momentum to support yourself all the way up into a high lunge, twisting the right side. Extend the left arm up along the left ear. Bend the left elbows, grabbing the skull with the left hand. And side bend to the right side. Kind of like a mix of twisting the right side and side bend. And curl your both hands down. Walk yourself to the left side. Parallel your feet. And fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bend into the left leg, straighten the right. And switch side. Next time when you're bending into the left leg, pause there for a moment. Just let the back of the right leg being stretched instead of being strengthened, which we have been doing when we're in those balancing pose. Just give it a break. And bend into the right leg again. Find the blocks, you have them. Bring them to the tallest height. Shoulder distance. And hands on the top of the blocks. Inhale, reaching to the crown of the head. Exhale, lift up your left leg, point your left toes toward the ground. Step your left heel into the wall behind you. You might have to turn your left leg slightly down to make sure your left hip is still on the even level with your right hip. Take one big inhale, reaching to the crown of the head. Exhale, step your left foot down. You can split your legs and sit down into Malasana yoga squat. And if you like to try Uddiyana Bandha again, you can come into a high squat. Rest the elbows on the top of thighs. Inhale, open the collarbones, take everything in. Now exhale everything out. Pull the navel toward the spine and even up towards the chest, and pull the chest forward. Now exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step right and left into a high plank. Knees up or down. And lower all the way down to your belly. Hands by the chest. Inhale, lift the chest up. And extend the arms up towards the back and clasp the hands with the right pinky outside this time. Use the clasp the hands to lift your chest up. Next, so release. Push yourself back into a child pose. As long as you need in this child pose. And whenever you're ready, come into downward facing dog. Lift up your left leg and step your left foot in between the hands. Keep your right knee up. And find the blocks if you have them. Pull the chest forward. Now exhale, straighten your left leg and step your right foot slightly into a traditional pyramid pose. You can stay in this traditional pyramid pose. You can also adjust the block height and keep your right hand on the block or on the ground. Left hand on the top of your sacrum and turn your chest toward the left side. Revolve triangle pose. You can keep the left hand on the top of your sacrum. You can also extend the left arm up. And if you're in a twisting already, bend into the left leg. Step your right foot back. And bring your right elbow on top of your left thigh. Extend your right arm out. And flip your left palm. Bring the left palm into your right hip crease. Option to stay here. Option to thread the right arm underneath your legs and walk your hands toward each other. You can use a strap as well. I did not mention about strap at the beginning of the class, so to avoid expectations. But if you really want to, your body is guiding you to a bind in this twist, you can go for a strap or something similar. Release from the bind if you have it, and come all the way up into a high lunge, twisting to the left side. Bend your right elbow and bring the right hand in between your shoulder blades and bring your left hand to your sacrum. And same as when we were sitting, you can walk your left hand up toward the right. Perhaps you will meet eventually, perhaps not. I'm reaching up to the right elbow. Exhale, side bend to the left side. Cartwheel both arms down and walk yourself to the right side. Fold over the legs, parallel the feet. Bend into the right leg. Option to bring the hands together. And as the other side, the other round, you stay in the back of the leg for a moment. When you feel like your left leg is ready again, bend into the left leg. Bring the blocks to the front of the mat. And on the blocks, you can try supported warrior 3 again. And if you like to create a Gomukhasana, cow pose arms, bring the right arm, bend the right arm, left arm to the back and start walking them towards each other. And reaching toward the front through the right elbow. You can stay in this kind of like a power lunge, but you can also lift up your right leg into a warrior 3 with a Gomukhasana arm bind. Step your right foot down. Lower yourself into a Malasana yoga squat. Option to stay here. Option to come into a high squat. We come into the Anabandha again, generating more heat. Inhale. And exhale, let everything out. Pull the chest forward. And fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step left and right into high plank. Lower the knees down. Lower all the way down to the chest. And this time, bring the arms toward the back and palms facing down. Big thumbs facing out. Bend the knees. And if it's accessible, grab the ankles with the hands. Inhale, lift your chest up into a bow pose. Keep hugging both knees towards each other. And release the knees down. Hands by the chest and push yourself into a child pose. My bad, I should have mentioned, if you do not want to put too much weight on your belly, you can turn around, especially if you still want to do a deep back bend. You can turn around and come into a bridge pose. A wheel pose if your chest is reopening. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Lift up your right leg and step your right foot in between the hands. Find the blocks and come into pyramid pose. Step your left foot down and fold over the right leg. Option to stay here, option to adjust the height of the left block. And right hand on your sacrum and turn your chest slowly to the right side. You can also extend the right arm up. Bend into the right leg, step your left foot back. Snake the right hand into the left hip space. You can bring the left elbow onto the top of the left thigh. You can use the left hand to gently push open the right shoulder. You can also extend the left arm to the right side. And if you like to create a bind, you can also thread the left arm underneath your right leg and walk your hands towards each other. Twisting to the right side. Release the bind if you have it. Inhale. And exhale, use momentum to support yourself all the way up. Bend your left elbow. Bend your right elbow above your hips. You can stay here. You can also create a Gomukhasana. Walk your hands together. And side bend to the right side. Carry both hands down. Walk yourself to the left side. And fold over the legs. Parallel the feet. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Now exhale, bend into the left leg, straighten the right. You can float your hands together. Bend into the right, straighten the left. Switch in between sides. The next time when you're bending into the left leg, stay there for a moment. Whenever you're ready, bend into the right leg again. Come up onto the ball of your left foot. Hands on the block, the tallest height if you need to come into supported warrior 3. And if you like to do something more active, you can also extend your left arm and bend the left elbow. Bring the right arm behind you and walk the hands towards each other in between the space between the shoulder blades. Lift the back of the left leg up and exhale, kick the left leg into warrior 3. Take a big inhale, breathing through the left elbow. And exhale, stomping the left heel into the wall behind you. One more big inhale. Exhale, step your left foot down, release arm, spine, and sit into a Malasana yoga squat. We all stay in Malasana this time. We calibrate our breath. Just let the practice sinking in. Think about what it means to you to bring that kind of discipline into your practice today. It could mean that make it more active is if you tend to be a person that always sitting, not bringing enough movement to your life. But it could also mean that give yourself more moments of pause, rest, especially if you're a person who tend to be more active, always going somewhere. When we're ready, slowly blink open your eyes and fold over the legs in whatever way you like, and you'll meet me in downward facing dog. Bring the blocks into the front of the mat when you're there. Lift up your left leg and step it in between the hands. Find the blocks. And step your right heel down and fold the legs. You can stay in this traditional pyramid pose. You can also bring the right hand onto the block, extend your left arm up into a revolved triangle pose. And if you feel like this is still not enough discipline for you, you can also bring the block outside of your left foot. Those are options. And my final option is come up into high lunge again. We'll meet in that twist with a bind. And from there, start slowly straighten your left leg into a revolved triangle we found. Wherever you are, release from it. Step into a high plank. Move to vinyasa, one final vinyasa. You can also skip it. Come into child pose. When we are ready, meet me in downward facing dog. Lift up your right leg and step your right foot in between the hands. Find the blocks. Inhale, lift your chest forward. Now exhale, straighten your right leg, step your left foot slightly into a traditional pyramid pose. You can also create that revolved triangle by bringing the left hand onto the block or onto the ground. And turn your chest toward the right side. You can also walk the block to the outside of your right foot. And last, the final offer is revolved triangle with a bind. Come into a simple twist first. Extend left arm underneath your legs. Wrap your right arm behind you and walk your hands together. And then start slowly straighten your right leg. And turn your chest toward the right side. Wherever you are, take one final big inhale. And exhale, release from it. Step into a high plank. We'll all meet in child pose. You can stay in child pose, cooling down. You can also come up into table pose. Bring that blanket nearby, you might need it. Come into table pose. And extend the left leg long. And bring the left knee to the right side of the right knee. And push your hips toward your heels. Stretch the outer hips. You can stay here. You can also bring the blanket underneath your sit bones and sit onto it into Gomukhasana sitting, stacking your knees together, your right knee on top of your left knee. Hands grabbing up the foot. You can also extend the right arm up, bend the right elbow. Walk your left hand toward the right hand and fold over the stacked knees. Gomukhasana. If you're folding forward, if you don't like being in an active shape, in this moment, you can use a block to catch your forehead. Even the tallest height, or even stacking two blocks together. Keep pushing both hip bones into the ground. One more big inhale. Now exhale, slowly come all the way up. Bring the hands down. Bring your left knee back. Move in between cow and cat before we move to the other side. When you're ready, extend the right leg long. And bring the right knee to the left side of your left knee. And push the hips toward the heels. It is enough outer hip stretch here already, so you can stay here if you like to. You can also start walk yourself to sit on a folded blanket or something. And stack the left knee over the right. Hands holding the opposite feet. And if you like to, you can also extend the left arm up and bend your right elbow. Create a Gomukhasana arms or something similar. And fold over the stacked over knees, leading with the left elbow. And keep pushing both sit bones into the ground. More big inhale. Now exhale. Come all the way up. This time, extend both legs long and just shake the legs. Lower down to your back. Hug the knees in. Rock side to side. Give the back side of our body a gentle massage. Open the legs, grabbing the pinky edge of the feet. arms inside of the legs and pull the knees into the armpits into Ananda Balance, happy baby pose, Ananda Balasana. And push the tailbone down into the ground. And whenever you're ready to close your practice, extend your legs out, extend your arms out. And bring the blanket over your pelvis area, make it more grounding. And because we did not do much of hip opening today, so you can also choose to bring the soles of your feet together into Supta Baddha Konasana. And if you decide to go for Supta Baddha Konasana for your Shavasana today, you can slide the blocks and to catch your thighs, so to minimize the efforts in this different Shavasana. And whenever you're ready, so slowly close eyes again. Just let the back of you fall into anything that's supporting you. Could be the blocks, could be the mat, could be the floor. Shavasana. When you're ready, start wiggling your toes, your fingertips, and roll yourself to one side and support yourself up into a comfortable seat. Get palms facing down. The Sanskrit name for this print is Tapas, which oftentimes also translated as heat, to burn our impurity. It's a tool that we use to regulate our practice, to keep us stay on our path, to be closer to the true greatness within us. If you're ready, gather hands in front of your heart. Take one last big inhale. And exhale it out. And bow your head towards the heart. And slowly blink open the eyes.